Hey everybody, Matt here with Take Roads Less Traveled, and today we are going to be looking at one of the very most common asked questions when it comes to overlanding and traveling around and exploring our great world, and that is, where do I put my stuff? How do I organize all of it? And there are countless ways to do this. There's no one right way. You can have from top of the line through goose gear and alu box storage components, all the way down to the most basic, find it on the side of the road type measures. But we're going to look at some of the most budget friendly ways that I have found work very well for storing your gear and eventually come to what I have found to be the most balance between usability, quality, budget, and space saving all at the same time. So we're going to get right into it with the cheapest, and that is a milk crate. Milk crates are great. They're strong. You can find them all over the place. They're really cheap, and you can use them for everything. The downside to a milk crate is that it's an open top. It's not closed up, so you can put stuff in there, but then it can just kind of bounce all over the place. Which is why if you're going to use milk crates, always have some bungee cords or some straps that you can take and run across the top to secure your stuff. So milk crates are great though. You can buy these from stores or dairy producers or anything like that. Sometimes you can buy them from places like Walmart or Kroger or wherever place you're going to go shopping. Sometimes they'll sell them to you guys. It's a great way to go. Very simple. I still use this milk crate all the time for spare fluids. I'll have a 5-quart thing of oil, a gallon of unmixed coolant in here. I'll have extra transmission fluid. I'll have oil filter. All these different fluids I'll keep in this, and then I'll run a few straps to keep everything locked down. And it's a great thing to have. And I can just put it in the truck, in the bed, all the way up at the cab. Can forget all about it until I need it. But great route to go right here. Next up, and this is a pretty common one, is PLANO box. This is one that I got from Walmart. This is considered their medium size. This is $20 at Walmart, and it's a good little box. You do have little tabs here that you can do to strap it down, but it works really well. And all you do is just lift up on your lid, and it comes right out, and you have nice big storage. So I use this one still to this day. I still use this one, and I use this mainly for like my dry food, cereal, taco shells, cans of food, all that kind of stuff. I put in this one. This is great. One of the things I really like about this PLANO box is the fact that a lot of these types of boxes aren't weatherproof. This is as near weatherproof as you can get without actually being weatherproof. And it's because of how deep this top groove or this top ridge sits into the lid groove. You put it on there and you can see, you've got a good, probably ½ inch there of seal happening to keep the water out and everything. It's a great little box. You can toss it around. It's cheap. If it breaks, you're only out $20. You can get a new one. Next one you have, and these are very, very popular, and this is a Pelican style case. It's not a Pelican case. I'm not going to spend the money on a Pelican case. I think they're way too expensive. Plus, I just don't have that kind of money. I actually got this case from Sam's Club for $24. I have 4 of these, and I used these for a long time. For many years, I used these. I would have 2 of them set up for base camp stuff like my hammocks and lanterns and all that kind of stuff, and then 2 of them were set up with all of my kitchen gear outside of the stove, and they work really, really well. You've got 4 clips that hold it shut. Thing's fully waterproof. These ones that were from Sam's, they came with foam inserts, 3 stacks of foam inserts that were modular, so you could design them however you wanted. So you can use it as a camera case, gun case, whatever. I took all the foam out because I was using it simply as a storage case, and these worked really, really well. These worked very well, especially when I had my Wrangler, my 2000 Wrangler. TJ Wranglers are notorious for having 0 cargo room, and I would take the back seat out and put these in, and it worked phenomenally. So And again, at $24 each, I spent $100 on 4 of these cases, and I have beat the mess out of these things. They work great as prep tables, seats, all that kind of stuff. These are really, really good. So if you can find these types of things, go for it. The fact that I was able to find this size of a case for $24, which is less than you're going to pay it someplace even like Harbor Freight for theirs, phenomenal. And like I said, I beat the mess out of these. These are great. So something to highly consider when it comes to your storage. I don't have it here because it's way too big and it would take up the entire camera space. But another option is just a big, huge tote. I have a 30-gallon tote made by Husky. It's got 4 clamps that hold the lid down. It's not a really deep lid when it comes to how well it sits on that top ridge. So I just took a thing of bathroom silicone, ran it along the top of that ridge, let it set, and then made it so I could put the lid down and everything, and it basically gives me a watertight seal. Thing is massive. I used that the first couple years that I had my Wrangler, and it took the entire cargo area, and it was great because I had all of my stuff in a weatherproof box. But the downside to that is everything is in that one box. So if you're having to get in and find something, you have to open it up and you're digging all through it and everything. It's great. I still have it. I have it in my garage. It stores a bunch of my gear in it for when I'm not using it, or if I'm doing different things, like some of my most unused gear, things that I don't use very often, I keep in there, extras, spares, all that kind of stuff. It's a great tote to have when it comes to storage, but it's not something I would really recommend you use in your vehicle. And that's just from my personal experience. And this next one is pretty big, and it is the most expensive of the ones we're going to talk about. And for that reason, be ready for it. It's not crazy expensive for what you get, but it might be a lot up front to some folks. And that is a modular tool cart. Now, I don't think you can see the whole thing, but this is 3 cases, and all of them use this interlocking system. So you have these handles, which simply just lock in on a tab here. I'll move these down so you can see it. There we go. And this base one is literally just a big, giant tub, nothing more. So you've got your side handles right here, and then the lid just comes right off, and you have your tub. And this is really good for dry food storage and everything. You can use it for tools, you can use it for food, anything like that. This is a really good one for dry food storage as well. I typically tend to use this one as a lot of things for like my kitchen, larger pots, pans, that type of thing. The nice thing is that it has a handle on it, so it's literally a cart. And then you're able to get these other 2 systems and everything. And the nice thing is, because it's a modular system, you can really get however much you want. I personally think that these 3 are a great combo to have because you're able to take and have 3 different sizes for your containers. So I've got that large, just standard bucket right there. And then I have one that is almost as big. And again, everything's weatherproof. You have a weatherproof seal on it and everything. This is a great one to have base camp gear, all that kind of stuff in as well. And then you have your smallest one. And in this one, I have things like camp pillow, batteries, headlamps, hammocks, that kind of stuff. And again, it's weatherproof as well. All 3 of these are weatherproof. And what's really nice with it is they all lock in together and just form one unit. So it's not moving all around. You're not having to worry about this case sliding around and then this case sliding around or anything like that. The fact that all 3 of these cases are really strong, really tough. You can use it as a seat. You can use it as a prep table, just like the Pelican boxes are, but you have it as a cart. You can have adjustable sizes if you need, adjustable heights. It's easy to move around. When it comes to putting it in the truck, I lift it up, put it in. I can put it all the way to the back and just have the handle extended out, and I'm not having to climb into the bed to get it out. I can just reach, grab the handle, pull the whole thing out. Makes it really well. Now, when you buy it, you have to buy each of these separately. So the base cart is about $50 or $60. This one I believe is 30, and this one I believe is 40 or 50 or something like that. Basically, you get all three of them, and it's going to be about $150. This one is rigid, but you can get it with Milwaukee, you can get it with DeWalt. It's just a modular toolbox, is all it is. But the fact that they're weatherproof, that for your handles, you have places where you can put locks on every single one of them, makes it invaluable. And this is the route I would suggest you guys go with. If you're not going to be able to afford the Goose Gear systems, if you're not going to be able to afford the Alu boxes or the Pelican cases, the fact that you're getting three different size cases that are all weatherproof, that are designed to take a beating, that can be locked, that are modular in design to where you're able to combine them in different ways, you just can't beat it. And for $150, it is a deal. So my take, get the modular toolbox systems. You can get them at Home Depot, you can get them at Lowe's. They're super, super available. I'll put links for as much of this gear as I can down in the description below so that you can check it out yourself and decide what you want to get. But just remember, the biggest thing is when it comes to vehicle storage is safety is number one. When you store something, the less it can move around, the better. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I do like this system, is because it all locks in together. It's not going to be moving around your truck or anything like that, which means it's less dangerous, less damage to gear, all that kind of stuff. And there you have it. So hope you guys have a good one. Hope this helps. And always remember, take the roads less traveled.